Welcome back to Battalion Marching Orders. My name is Greg Bowman, and today's very special guest was the #1 overall pick in this past year's 2020 OHL Priority Selection Draft, the newest member of the North Bay Battalion's Blue Line, Mr. Ty Nelson. First of all, Ty, your thoughts on coming up north and playing for the Battalion?
It's awesome. I can't wait. I'm really excited. You know, it's been anticipation just been building up ever since the draft. It's been quite a while, but I actually was able to get up to North Bay. It's awesome, amazing city. It's very beautiful, and I love it. So I can't wait to get started.
I saw that you were able to kind of see the area a little bit and at least get a lay of the land. What else have you been up to in this extended off season?
Honestly, it's as much as we all hate it, it's been really good, honestly, because I've been able to get in pretty much 2 summers of workouts in this long off season, which is great for me. You know, it helps me going in as a rookie, you know, not knowing what to suspect. So our captain, Luke Moncada, said it the best. He said, you just got to over-prepare yourself. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do until training camp starts.
Take me back to the draft in the spring there, too. Did you know that you were going first overall, or were you kind of surprised by it?
We knew on the Wednesday before the draft, so they called us before, which I knew. But I think a couple weeks before, we had an idea that it was either going to be 1, 2, or 3. So we had somewhat of an idea, but we didn't know first until that call we got on Wednesday.
Well, hey, when your teammates also went second overall and you had another teammate from the Junior Canadians also go in the first round, I'm sure many more from the team at some point throughout the draft. What's that like, not only for you to get that top spot, but also join some of your teammates who you spent some time with over the last year to also get that recognition and get drafted into the O here?
It's awesome. Honestly, they all deserved it. You know, we had a great squad. JRC, you know, we played hard. We had definitely had quite a interrupted and weird season, I would have to say. We had some big injuries, and then we had Mr. Sermon, Thomas Sermon, one of our ex-teammates' dad. He unfortunately passed away, so it was a tough season, but the boys battled hard, and you know what? We came out winning the playoffs, which was awesome, and we were down 2-0 in the series, and honestly, we just kept battling, and then they all earned it as much. And before the draft, I wished them best of luck. They wished me best of luck, all great guys. And honestly, when they got drafted, their names got called. I was trying to be the first one being there messaging them because they were those guys to me when I got drafted on Friday. So they all earned it, and I wish them best of luck in their seasons.
Speaking about reaching out and being the first one, who among the players on the Battalion were the first to reach out to you?
Well, there's a lot of them reaching out through messaging, obviously, and then Liam Arnsby, he messaged me, and Captain Luke Moncada called me, so that was pretty exciting. And then just having all the guys message me either through Instagram, Twitter, getting my number off of, I'd say, Mr. Dennis. So it was awesome. Honestly, the whole team, they're just amazing guys, and they made it a home feeling for me.
You mentioned Liam Arnsby, and yes, he's a year ahead of you, but you played against him when you guys were both in the GTHL, and he said that he hated playing against you. Is that a compliment?
Honestly, it is, because the feeling was mutual for him. Definitely, there was 2 guys out of like playing my whole years in GTHL or minor hockey. There was 2 guys I hated playing against, and now they're both on our team. Dylan Wakely and Liam Arnsby. Hated playing against them. They're the toughest players to play against. They were always doing something on the ice, and you knew when they were on the ice and I was on the ice, I was either having to play defense or they're in my ear yapping. So they're really good players, and I'm super excited to play with them, and I'm definitely excited that I don't have to play against them anymore. That's for sure.
Do you feel like that almost, it's maybe not an advantage, but a little bit of extra step towards the chemistry, even though you haven't been teammates with them before, but you know their games, you've played against them, you've seen them. Do you think that'll help you build that chemistry once you come up here to North Bay?
Absolutely. Honestly, I think it just takes obviously a few practices, few games to get to know everyone. And then I think the team's going to do a great job of gelling. You know, there's a great leadership group on the team, and I plan to help out on that as much as I can. And I'm just going to do my role, and whatever they need me to do, I'm going to do. So honestly, I think, yes, definitely it's an advantage because I know their game and I know them. But honestly, I think within a few days of training camp, I think we're going to gel really well together as a whole team.
Now, you've accomplished a lot in your 16 years of life so far, especially in the game of hockey. Who do you credit for being instrumental in your development as a hockey player, especially in these last couple of years when it gets a little bit more intense?
Definitely, I got to say my mom, my dad, and my sister, they've done everything for me. They've done everything they can to help me out, and they're all like biggest parts of my hockey career. And they found that I had the love for the game at such a young age, and they kept putting me in it. And that honestly, they just realized that this is something I want to do, and they just seen it in my eyes. They seen how much I love the game. So definitely, thank you to them. They were the ones that are up at 6 a.m. driving me to practice. And my sister's the one who's making me food after school when mom and dad are at work still. And then my mom, just all the support and everything they've done for me. It's just those guys I have to say thank you to the most.
At what point when you were playing minor hockey as a kid, did you realize that you were starting to excel at the game? At what point did you realize that this is something you wanted to pursue?
Honestly, I played a high level of lacrosse as well. So it was hockey in the winters, lacrosse in the summer. So it was that balance between. And then I would say probably minor bantam or pee-wee year hit. And then my parents were like, okay, you got to make a decision of which one you want. And they said, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. And then I realized hockey is what I want to do. Hockey's a sport. I first turn on TV. Hockey's the first thing I search up on my computer, on my phone. So definitely, I just realized that hockey is my life. And I think that hockey is the sport that I could have developed in. So that's why I chose hockey.
Growing up, who were some NHLers that you maybe looked up to or wanted to model your game off of?
I'd like to say I modeled my game after Ryan Ellis on Nashville Predators, and I also love the way that Morgan Riley and Travis Dermott play on the Leafs.
Now, you had the chance to represent your country in the U16 championship. Now, obviously, that's a privilege in and of itself, but development-wise and just skills-wise, what did you gain from that experience?
Honestly, it was an amazing experience because I had to play some positions that I've never played before. And when Team Canada tells you you're doing something, you're doing it for them. So it's just a great learning experience, and just getting to play with all the guys from all over Canada. It was an honor. And honestly, going in there, I was a quarterback on the power plays, and then they had me playing bumper. So it's a different thing, and it just teaches you you got to be adaptable. You got to be able to play whatever your position you're put in. So honestly, it was a great learning experience, and I learned that from Hockey Canada because I was always in that one role that I was going to be quarterback in the power play. But they taught me that you got to be agile and be able to play other positions.
Now, I understand that you're a big gym guy. You spend a lot of time in the gym, as you mentioned, getting 2 summers worth of workouts in here in the off season. I'm curious though, cardio or weights?
Both. So we do phases in my gym. So there's definitely powerlifting phases, and then before we got all this knowledge that the season going to start in December, we were on schedule. We were planning for it to start. Training camp would start normal time. I think it's October, I believe, or September. Sorry, September. We were set for that, so we did a slow, gradually getting into the gym phase, and then a huge powerlifting phase and getting fast and bigger and stronger, and then we did a huge conditioning phase, and then season extended, so we just went over those stages again.
Which do you prefer, cardio or weights?
I don't know. The weights are pretty fun, some exercise, but some of the cardio drills I like a lot too. They're pretty fun.
I got another question related to the gym. What's your favorite day to work out? Is it chest, your legs, shoulders? What's your favorite day?
I like the full body days. I feel like I get a little bit of everything in there, and then just feel good all around.
How would you describe your game as a defenseman?
I describe my game as a two-way defenseman. Love to play in the offensive zone, quarterback the power play. Love running the power play. Just love playing in the offensive zone, putting my creativity out there. But also love playing in the defensive zone as well, right? I like being that guy that takes the shot block when we need it, and the guy that will take a hit to make a play, and I'll do whatever the team needs me to do.
Now, obviously, as the first overall pick, there are some expectations on you. Do you think you're able to handle any added pressure that may come with being that first overall pick?
Honestly, I knew there was going to be pressure, definitely 100%, but pressure, I've been able to control it pretty well. I don't really feel too much pressure, big games and stuff. Honestly, I just feel like it's another game. So I'm just going to go into the season like it's another season. I'm there. I'm going to develop. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to play with some better players, bigger, faster, stronger guys. So I got to adapt to it, and I'm just going to treat it the way I treat it every season.
Now, you mentioned you're a quarterback on the power play, and you probably get your fair share of shots from the blue line. I'm curious, though, clap bombs from the point or just finesse snappers?
It depends on the situation. Like power play, you're running up top, you get that big one timer, but then there's also sometimes you just got to finesse that puck in backdoor to a pass or off a pad for a rebound. So can't really pick a specific one there.
Would you rather get that be on the tee on that like left side or right side, like a Shea Weber PK Subban situation, or would you rather be up top just trying to finesse them through though?
I like it. I like both. So I kind of take those one timers from the top too there. So I'm more of a both type of finesse and hard shot guy.
Do you tickle the rafters with the wind up like a Subban does, or do you shorten it down a little bit?
I tend to tickle the rafters sometimes.
And your message to Battalion fans, I know they haven't seen you before, and there's some expectations on this team this year, but I mean, as the newcomer, as someone with some high expectations and some eyes on you, what do you say to the fans who want to tune in this year?
Honestly, super excited. We've had 2 amazing drafts the last 2 years. So honestly, we have great leadership in the room, captains, assistant captains. And honestly, I feel like the team's going to be great this year. We're going to keep improving every year. And honestly, hopefully we can just bring a Memorial Cup back to North Bay.
Blue liner Ty Nelson of the North Bay Battalion, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you.